Good morning. Welcome to this Sunday service of the Unitarian Universalist congregation of Grand Traverse. My name is Beth Strawbridge, and I'm a member of the Sunday Services Committee. I'm coordinating today's service in place of Martha Curtis, who had a recent injury and is taking some needed time to rest. We send Martha our love and healing thoughts and look forward to having her back with us when she's ready. Here at UUCGT, we welcome people of every background, identity, and age. We hold a deep love for families, and we practice staying curious and generous with one another, especially when things get a little lively or unexpected. We know that building a truly inclusive community also means welcoming the joyful sounds and movements of the youngest among us. Whether you're here in the sanctuary or joining us online, whether this is your very first time or one of many visits to this church, we're glad that you are here with us today. If you are visiting, we'd love the chance to welcome you more personally. If you're comfortable, we'd invite you to stand and share your name. A microphone will come to you so that everyone here and online can hear. And if you'd rather just listen and take it all in, that's perfectly okay too. Are there any visitors with us this morning who would like to introduce themselves? Well, if you are new with us today or newish, you are warmly invited to join us for coffee hour after the service. And if you just want to connect with people and are a member or a long-time attendee, using a yellow mug will help us identify you so that we can greet you personally and get a chance to know you. Later in the service, we'll also share the joys and concerns of our community. You're welcome to write yours in the book to your left, which is on the table with the candles. And this will be read by a member of the congregational care team later in the service. You also may light a candle at any point during the service as an expression of your joy or concern. We have some quick announcements. Our upcoming UU Common Read is the book Social Change Now by Deepa Iyer. We'll be holding sessions for all ages following the Sunday services on February 2nd, March 1st, and March 8th from 12 to 2 p.m. There will be a light lunch provided. There's still time for you to get your copy of Social Change Now. We have a limited number of extra copies still available, and they can be, you can find those at the social justice table in the social hall, or you can purchase one through UUA's In-Spirit bookstore or your favorite bookseller. See the flash for more information, and please RSVP via the online form in our newsletter, The Flash, so that we can get a rough estimate of how many people will be joining us for lunch. All are welcome, and you are encouraged to bring a friend. Another announcement: news-boosting postcards are available at the social justice table after the service today. Stop by and pick up a pack and help carry on our good trouble work of getting out the vote in the crucial Michigan midterm elections coming soon. And please refer to your service insert for a full list of announcements and upcoming events in the life of our community. Before we begin the service, I invite you to take a breath and gently set aside the busyness and cares of the week. Please silence your cell phones and other devices so we can be fully present here with one another. Now, let us worship together.
Okay, all of the children I'm going to call on you to do this program. Here's Maria and Arthur. Now I have to get rid of this. So, let us begin. I learned this a long time ago, and I didn't know who invented it, this story. And so I've just been doing it for years and years and years. And when I decided to be part of the scouting program, what better thing to have for sitting around the campfire? So I chose this, and Anne Marie said, "Oh, I think that's so-and-so, it's in your bulletin, the man's name." Well, I went online, and it turns out this is the 25th anniversary of this story that he and a friend invented whilst camping. And so we are going to do this morning. Are you ready, kids? Okay. And are you all ready, kids? Okay. We're going on a bear hunt. And every time I say something, you say it after me. I'll try again. Going on a bear hunt. Going on a bear hunt. Gonna get a big one. Gonna get a big one. We're not scared. We're not scared. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Coming to some tall grass. Coming to some tall grass. Can't get over it. Can't get over it. Can't get under it. Can't get under it. Guess we'll go through. Guess we'll go through. Coming to a big river. Coming to a big river. Can't get over it. Can't get over it. Can't get under it. Can't get under it. Guess we better swim. Guess we better swim. All right? All right. Okay? Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Do your dog paddle. Don't forget the backstroke. This is very good for your shoulders. Little breaststroke. There we go. We made it across. Coming to a big mud puddle. Coming to a big mud puddle. Can't get over it. Can't get over it. Can't get under it. Can't get under it. Guess we'll go through. Guess we'll go through. All right? All right. Okay? Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Do your best mud sound. Coming to a tall tree. Coming to a tall tree. Can't get over it. Can't get over it. Can't get under it. Can't get under it. Guess we better climb. Guess we better climb. All right? All right. Okay? Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Watch out for those branches. Get up, over the other side. Come on down. Careful. Okay. All right. Okay. Down. Oh, good. Good. Look out. A big snowstorm coming. Big snowstorm coming. Can't get over it. Can't get over it. Can't get under it. Can't get under it. Guess we'll go through. Guess we'll go through. All right? All right. Okay? Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Twirl, twirling, twirling, swirling, twirling, swirling through the snow. Whew. Made it outside. There's a big dark cave. Can't get over it. Can't get under it. Guess we'll go in. Close your eyes. Oh, we better stop walking. Does anybody hear anything? Smell anything kind of funny? Smells like, I don't know. Can you feel anything in there? What's that furry thing? What? It's a bear! Let's run! Run, everybody run! Oh dear, coming to that snowstorm again. Twirl, twirl. Oh, we got through that. Coming to that big tree. Come on, climb. Faster, faster. Up and on the other side. Okay. Oh boy. Coming to that mud puddle. Oh, goodness, it's right behind us. Coming to the big river. Hurry up, do that fast one. Oh, yeah, all right, good. All right, keep moving. There's that tall grass. Come on. Came through. There's the house. Oh, and let's get inside. Close that door. I wasn't scared at all. Thank you.
Well, that was nice. That put us in the scout spirit, I think. Whoever you are and wherever you are in life's journey, you are welcome here with us this morning. I'm Reverend Alex, the minister here at UUCGT. I use he and him pronouns. I'm also one of the resident Eagle Scouts here, so that's kind of cool. In our Scout Sunday service that we do each year, we take a moment to just honor and recognize all of the current Scouts, any former Scouts. We have a saying in Scouts where once a Scout, always a Scout. And I noticed that there were a few that even came in uniform today. So if you were ever a Scout, or you're currently a Scout, or you're wearing your uniform, would you please stand to be recognized? Let's give them a round of applause. We're in good fellowship around the campfire this morning. So on this Scout Sunday, in honor of our monthly theme of embodying resilience, as well as February as Black History Month, I invite you to hear these words by the poet Maya Angelou, titled, "Still I Rise." You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I rise. Just like moons and suns with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.
As we light our chalice, which is the symbol of Unitarian Universalism, please join me in reading our covenant words, which you'll find on the back of your order of service. I am accountable for me. You're accountable for you. In community, we hold each other through joy and conflict. We openly welcome all as we respond to the needs of the world. And now let us sound the singing bowl, entering a time of silence and stillness.
Our new hymn for the month of February is called Love is at the Center, and it's written by Emily Joy Goldberg, and she really is a joy, just as her name says. So in the spirit of this song and our Unitarian Universalism, I have some symbols, or she had some symbols that she wanted us to do, some hand gestures. So when we sing giving, our hands will extend out. When we sing change, we'll change our position of our hands. Differences. I believe in love. During the chorus, we'll clap on 2 and 4, of course. We'll try. Justice. Fairness, like the scales evening out. And then the web of life. And then, of course, again, love and clap on the chorus. Would you all rise in body and spirit and join me in singing? I believe in the power of giving. I believe in the power of change. I believe in the power of differences. I believe in love. Love is at the center. At the center there is love. Love is at the center. At the center there is love. I believe in the power of justice. I believe in the power of fairness. I believe in the web of life. I believe in love. Love is at the center. At the center there is love. Love is at the center. At the center there is love. Thank you.
So any of our young ones and those that are young at heart are welcome to come forward and come see me up here. You'll notice that I am not Chelsea Bentley here today. Pretty tough act to follow or even be compared to. Nevertheless, I have a Time for All Ages story for you. We send Chelsea our healing wishes as she's recovering today and can't be with us. So any young folks want to come forward, or any other folks young at heart? Oh, they already, okay. I guess we'll still sing after this, right? I mean, all right. Well, I've got a couple of young at heart folks here. Look at this. Well, great, and we have one more coming up here. So on this Scout Sunday, here in Black History Month this week, we are exploring how we find resilience through grit, the strength to keep going when things get hard. Grit doesn't mean we never feel frustrated or stuck. It means we take a breath, try again, and find a way forward. So with that in mind, I want to share a story about one of our UU ancestors who showed amazing grit, the Reverend Ethelred Brown. You might remember him from our game show on UU history that we did. One morning, more than 100 years ago, on the island of Jamaica, a boy named Ethelred Brown went to church. Now, usually at this church, the people sang their creed, their list of what they believed. But that morning was Easter Sunday, so instead of singing the creed, the pastor said one line of it, and the people would repeat. Ethelred listened closely. The minister said things like, "We believe the Father is God, the Son is God, and the Holy Spirit is God. But they are not three gods. They are one God." Now, Ethelred loved math, and this sounded confusing. He thought, how can 3 be 1? That really doesn't make sense to me. So right there in church, he realized he didn't believe what everyone else believed. He was going to have to find his own way. But the world wasn't fair then. Some people told him he could only serve the black church, except there were no black Unitarian churches. Did that stop Ethelred? No. He found a way. He went back to Jamaica and started one himself. After 8 years, he came to New York City and started a new church in Harlem. It wasn't easy. Money was tight, some people were unkind, and he worked extra jobs just to support himself. His family had hard times too. But Ethelred kept going. He built a community that lasted for 35 years and helped hundreds of people find a spiritual home. Today, one of those songs in our UU hymn book is named after him, the hymn, "I'm on my way," because that's how he lived, always finding a way forward. So what I love about this story is that it reminds us that when things are confusing, difficult, or unfair, we don't give up. Ethelred kept learning, kept trying, and kept finding new ways to make his dream come true. His grit helped him build a community that lasted for many years. And it reminds us that we can keep going too, even when the path is tough. So that's our children's message this morning, and the message for all ages. Keep going, even when the path is tough. Why don't we sing?
Would any of the young at heart like to help me sing the song today? We are children of the stars, we are children of the earth, we are spinners and weavers in this web of life, and the joy that we weave reaches out beyond the stars and deep within the center of our being. We are children of tomorrow, we are children of our dreams, we are planners and builders in this web of life, and the future that we weave reaches out beyond the stars and deep within the center of our being.
It is a gift to sustain a congregation like ours, not only for today, but for the weeks, years, and generations yet to come. As a self-governing and self-sustaining community, we receive no outside funding. Everything we do is made possible through the generosity of those who find meaning and belonging here. This morning, ushers will pass baskets with two sides. One side supports the life and ministry of this congregation, and the other supports needs beyond our walls, including local food programs, shelters, and services for our most vulnerable neighbors. You are also welcome to give using the options on the screen. If you give by check, online, or through an app, please note whether your gift is for your pledge, for community needs, or for a special collection. If this is your first time with us, please receive our welcome as the baskets pass. No gift is expected. And for all who give, in whatever way you are able, know that every offering is received with deepest appreciation. We now receive this morning's offering.
I'm Carl Kyneth, a member of the Congregational Care Team. You can identify us by the purple ribbons on our name tags. It is our practice as a religious community to set aside time in our service to name and honor the joys and concerns that mark our lives, the milestones and moments of our lived experience. I will be sharing the joys and concerns that have been offered up for us to hold on our hearts as we are gathered today. If you have a joy or concern that's a bit too heavy to share, I invite you to reach out to Reverend Alex or to a member of Congregational Care Team. You can identify us by the purple ribbons on our name tags. You can also light a candle over there at any time during the service to honor your joy or concern using let's back up here a bit. You can also light a candle at any time during the service or honor your joy or concern during our stone meditation, knowing that you are held in the loving hearts of this community. None of us is meant to travel life's journey alone. Here is what's been shared with this gathered community today. From Margaret Wozniak, a concern: please share thoughts of understanding to our high school grandson who is struggling with academics. Anonymous, wishing Reverend Alex a very special birthday. He celebrated Friday, February 6th. Marianne Rivers says, joy for granddaughter Maddie, who was accepted into a graduate program in Rome, Italy. Dave and Mary Newhouse have heartfelt appreciation for the Olympics that began seeking peace and good sportsmanship for all. And Teresa Spehar, wishing my son Brandon a very happy birthday today. He has come so far and is truly a loving and amazing man. I love him so much. And now let's hold a moment of silence for the joys and concerns that remain in the silence of our hearts.
Now is the time in our service for the Stones meditation, a time that if you have something that you're holding on your heart that you need to set down or let go of, you can come forward as you feel moved now and take a stone and place it in the bowl of water. So as we open this time together, come forward as you're ready. Would you join me in a moment for prayer? Spirit of courage and quiet strength, we give thanks for those who have traveled difficult paths and yet keep on going anyway. We remember Black Scouts, leaders, and youth who embodied resilience when doors were closed, who practiced service when recognition was denied, and who lived the Scout values even when the promise of belonging was incomplete. May their lives remind us that resilience is not hardness, but hope practiced day after day. And as we gather across generations, shape in us the courage to tell the truth about our history, the humility to learn from it, and the resolve to build a future where every young person can grow, lead, and thrive. May we be trustworthy in our commitments, brave in our love, and strong enough to rise together. Amen. So in place of our usual hymn of response, Spirit of Life, this Sunday we're going to be singing Lift Every Voice and Sing, a song that is often known as the Black National Anthem. This song holds deep meaning within the Black community, and for generations its words have carried faith, endurance, and hope through hard times, times of profound loss, injustice, and devastation. So we sing it today, not lightly, not as a performance, but with care and reverence, mindful that these words have sustained people when hope has been hard to find. For those of us who are white, we sing as guests to this song, honoring its history and the lives it has held. May our singing be an act of respect, remembrance, and solidarity. So let's join now in lifting up our voices. And would you please, in reverence, rise as we sing this?
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when home unborn had died, yet with a steady beat of not our weary feet, come to the place for which our fathers sighed. We have come over a way that with tears has been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughtered. Out from the gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star is cast. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, Thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, Thou who hast by Thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we meet Thee. Lest our hearts drink with the wine of the world, we forget Thee. Shadowed beneath Thy hand, may we forever stand, true to our God, true to our native land.
Our reading this morning comes to us in the form of a short video featuring Tommy Lee, a Black Scoutmaster with Scouting America, whose life and leadership reflect the deeper values of Scouting. Through Tommy's commitment to his 4 sons, who are Scouts, and his broader impact on his troop and community, we see how inclusive Scouting shapes character, belonging, and hope. In a time when questions of who belongs still matter deeply, his story reminds us why representation and welcome are not optional, but essential.
I'm Tommy Lee Hayes Brown. I'm Troop Committee Chair with Troop 63. You know, when you look at my story and, see where I am and how involved I am now with the Scouts, you would never believe that at one time I'd never even liked the outdoors. I got into scouting through my son. My son saw another scout selling popcorn, so we went over to support that scout, and the scout was telling my son all about the fun things that you can do with scouting, the bow and arrows and the canoeing and the fishing. And he was in 4th grade at the time and was really excited about it and really wanted to do it and was relentless about it for 2 years. So 6th grade, we joined Boy Scouts, and at that time, I have 4 sons, so we all just did it together. And through scouting and my son needing a den leader, I joined the organization and eventually got so involved and loved every aspect of it that it took me out of my comfort zone. And what I gained from it was really unexpected, is that, some lifelong friends. And because I was around so many great kids and so many great parents, I was like, I really want to be a part of this organization. What you put into scouting, you get out of scouting. And I got a treasure trove of stuff. The things that they've learned, some of the things they would have never gotten just from me because they just weren't, part of who I was at the time. The automotive merit badge, twice my son has helped people in parking lots, get their cars started or change a flat tire simply because of what he learned in scouting. One of the great things about scouting is just that it's a safe place to fail. And when you're trying to teach kids about leadership and about responsibility, there's no better place to do it than Scouts. The whole patrol method is designed around making sure that the kids know about leading and about following, and how both are just equally important. I love the leadership of Scouting. Especially my favorite part is when they get towards the end of their journey and they have to work on their Eagle Scout project. My 2 sons' Eagle Scout projects are just something that really, really inspired them, and I think it inspires anyone that hears about it. They were both adopted at birth, and they both went back to their adoption agencies, and one built a basketball court for the kids that are there now. And the other one built a serenity shed for a place for the kids to have respite when they're angry. So, you talk about full circle. Scouting has provided us with just so many opportunities like that to help our community and the people that are important to us. I mean, if anyone is out there and they're hesitant to join Scouting because it's just something you've never done before, my advice is do it. Because there's a place for everyone in Scouting, whether it's administratively, behind a computer, finding places for the troop to go, helping with fundraising, whatever it is. If it's you love the outdoors, then of course Scouting definitely would be for you. So no matter what it is, there's a place for you in Scouting. Don't let the uniform intimidate you. Don't let the fact that you've never done this intimidate you. Get your kid involved, you involved, you'll have a great time. I'm Tommy Lee Hayes Brown. Scout me in.
So to start off this morning, we're going to look at some older images of Scouting from a not-so-distant past. So as we look at this first set of photos, I invite you to think about 3 questions. Who's included in these images? Who's not included? And what messages are these images giving us on who a Scout is and what a Scout looks like? We'll take a moment to look at these images, focusing on them a few seconds at a time. Be thinking about who's included and what messages these images are trying to send us. So let's go ahead and start looking at these. So now we're going to move to a second set of images. I again invite you to pay attention for who's included and what messages these images are saying about Scouting and who is a Scout. Thanks for indulging me in looking at these images together. what did you notice about the first set of photos and then the second set? Our posters, images, and media tell us a lot about who we are and how we view who is in and who is out. These images from Scouting's past demonstrate a progression in how the Scouting movement has seen itself. Historically, Scouting has centered itself around several core identities: being white, being male, being Christian. From these older images, we can read all sorts of imposed social and cultural messages. A scout kneeling in prayer, a family bidding a scout farewell, mirroring an ethos of a military goodbye for a service member leaving home. National symbols of our country like the Liberty Bell, and who is portrayed as exemplifying Scouting's highest ideals. Outside of Scouts, these images might even remind us of images and propaganda in our country's past as well. Images of white American families with white steeple churches. Propaganda around who is an American, what the American dream looks like, even who the American dream is for. Some of these images have even resurfaced on government websites and social media accounts. Have any of you seen those? We're in a wild political moment right now around inclusion, with revisionist histories of our nation's founding and omitting certain pieces of our national story, our legacies of slavery and colonialism, the systematic displacement of indigenous peoples from their lands, and the attempted erasure of entire cultures, languages, and stories. Not to mention the intentional exclusion of LGBTQ+ folks in our contributions to this nation's story. All of this reflects the fraught politics of our time, how inclusion itself is actually inherently political. How who we include or don't is itself a political question. Who is represented? Who is welcome at the table? So today, on this Scout Sunday and Black History Month, alongside our monthly theme of embodying resilience, I want to center some of the underrepresented stories in Scouting. I want to show you how Scouting's history has grown from its exclusive past to its present-day posture of widening inclusion. But I also want to underscore just how important inclusive Scouting is for this national moment. How important it is that we grow, build on, and defend inclusive Scouting in our wish to create a more just society and world. This history tells us that inclusive Scouting isn't entirely new. While far from perfect, inclusive Scouting is written into history of this movement, shown by just how far Scouting has come in recent years. Remember how I said inclusion is inherently political. Today's climate around Scouting is deeply politicized. In recent days, the Department of Defense has threatened to sever its historic ties to Scouting, a special relationship it's held for over 100 years. In a memo to Congress, the DoD has criticized Scouting for being a threat to boy-only spaces. How Scouting has lost its way over its inclusion of female scouts and scouts of all genders, writing off Scouting as woke. The DoD has explicitly criticized Scouting's promotion of diversity, equity, and inclusion, also known as DEI. I want to be clear that what I'm naming today is not about partisan politics, but actually about our underlying values. How Scouting has been shaped, challenged, and changed by this question of who belongs. In such a divisive and heightened political climate, we need inclusive Scouting now more than ever. And we need future leaders of all identities and backgrounds who understand that our differences are our strength as a nation. We need youth and young leaders who understand inclusion as both a daily practice, but also a lived experience. That the fullest expressions of the Scout oath and law call us to live in connection with all of our neighbors, not just our neighbors who look, think, and believe like we do. In a climate of so much hostility, now is the time to support and empower programs that lift up these core values. Young people are our present and future leaders. Our best hopes are in them for the future we will create. Inclusive Scouting was made for this moment right now. But before we get too much in the history of Scouting, I first want to name just how much Scouting has changed in recent years. The program has truly gone through some monumental shifts. I myself was a Scout not all that long ago, growing up in the San Francisco Bay Area. I was part of a multicultural Scout troop that included Scouts who were Asian American, Scouts with families from India, Pakistan, and other countries. As a troop, we were Scouts of many religions, with Scouts who were Buddhist, Christian, Hindu, Sikh, and Jain. There was even one Unitarian Universalist. While our troop showcased a great range of identities and backgrounds, Scouting at higher levels pushed messaging, even inadvertently, around who was in and who was out. At my first summer camp, I was shocked that each of the prayers before a meal began and ended with God and Jesus, immediately alienating many of my peers. I even reluctantly led a prayer myself for one of the meals to model a more inclusive way of praying together that didn't privilege or center Christianity. In my time as a Scout, it wasn't allowed for me to be openly gay or out. Today, Scouting is not only inclusive of LGBTQ+ Scouts, but also of queer families, parents, and Scout leaders. The program has truly undergone some major shifts, and this posture of widening inclusion is something to celebrate. It hasn't always been this way. Yet, some of Scouting's harder legacies still remain, still needing challenge and growth. Scouting's centering around whiteness and an aggressive masculine ethos, these rigid models around what it means to be a boy or a man. How Indigenous symbols and traditional attire are used in Scout ceremonies, completely disconnected from any authentic relationship with Indigenous folks. Cultural appropriation in plain sight. Scouting is still working on its historic male-centeredness following its decision to open up its program to people of all genders, with frequent references to boys and men still in many troops today. Not to mention that Scouting still has some work to do on its inclusion of atheist and agnostic Scouts, a historic tension that has been in the program for many years. So this is where we are now, in the midst of Scouting shifts and changes in recent years. So let's get into some of this history together. Black Scouts actually go back to the beginning of Scouting. A year after Scouting began in the United States, actually on this day, February 8th, in 1910, the first Black Scout troop was organized in 1911. Now, initially, this troop faced a lot of opposition from others in Scouting, yet more all-Black troops formed in this time, and attendance in these troops soared. Early off, Scouting in 1919 saw its first Black Eagle Scout, Hamilton Bradley from New York. Here's a photo of him up here on the screen. And by 1926, just a few years later, there were 246 all-Black troops nationwide, with just under 5,000 Black Scouts participating in the program. There were about 750,000 Scouts in national Scouting at the time. So despite this growth in programming for Black youth, Scouting didn't embrace Black Scouts in its wider programming. Program reports at the national level classified Black Scouts with racist language and assumptions, believing Black Scouts to be delinquent and feeble-minded. National Scouting categorized all Black troops as special troops as opposed to white troops. Scouting even regarded the color of one's skin to be a racial handicap for Black Scouts, intentionally setting them apart from white Scouts. In the South, Scouting observed America's separate but equal doctrine of the time. Yet Black Scouts were not treated equally. They weren't allowed to wear the Scout uniform like other Scouts were. And Black troops often faced smaller budgets and met in insufficient buildings and facilities for troop meetings. And nationally, Scouting remained defensive on segregation, staying right in step with the prevailing attitudes and norms of the country at the time. Now, before 1954, there was only one integrated Scout troop in the entire South. Black Scouts were not allowed to use certain facilities, as was the case with the YMCA, one of Scouting's strongest organizational supporters. The Y forbid Black Scouts from using its facilities, especially for earning the swimming merit badge. In the Girl Scouts of America, we have a bit of a different story. Founded 2 years after the Boy Scouts of America in 1912, the Girl Scouts saw Black girls join its troops early on. The first all-Black Girl Scout troop was formed in 1917, and by 1924, this was 3 decades before the desegregation of public schools, Josephine Holloway would become the first Black leader of a Girl Scout troop. And here's a photo of her as well. 25 years later, about 100 Black Girl Scouts would join in the International Girl Scout Camp to talk about helping diverse people understand each other and work together. Pretty forward-minded for the late 40s. Scouting nationally desegregated following the civil rights movement. Even following this desegregation of troops, many all-Black troops continued to be a space for resilience for Black Scouts and Black Scout leaders. It really showcases the amazing contrast in Scouting's founding to the inclusive Scouting that we know today, like the story of Scoutmaster Tommy Lee and his 4 Scout sons. Now, there's still a lot more work to be done, but this renewed promise and commitment to inclusive Scouting for our country and world gives me so much hope for the future. So where does this leave us? In this moment for our world, it's essential that we know this history. It's important that we nurture and promote Scouting programs that truly welcome all. Scouting around the world has always held the importance of cheerfulness, kindness, and helping one another at all times. There is no posture of being a Scout, of truly living into the Scout oath and law, without having this posture of inclusion. If folks are serious about regressing these programs, then we're talking about fundamentally redefining what it means to be a Scout. A Scout is inclusive. There's simply no other way to read the Scout oath and Scout law. As an openly gay present-day leader and Eagle Scout in this movement, I am the product of inclusive Scouting. The oaths and promises I've made a little over a decade ago have completely shaped me and how I understand my ministry and my role in wider society. As a leader in Scouting, let me unequivocally say, we are not going back. Inclusive Scouting is here to stay. I've been in this program and I've fought hard to make it what it is today. And our collective future demands more from us, not for us to return to older, more exclusive ways of being. So to close, I want to speak to every Scout and young person in this room and joining us online, words that I wish I could have told my own Scout self not all that long ago. Don't be afraid to be your brightest, most authentic self. Sometimes in Scouts and in the wider world, you'll find yourself standing alone as a leader. You will see and witness situations where not everyone is included, where it takes great effort to speak up and to make sure that others are seen and heard. I want you to know that Scouting is for you, no matter who you are. This is your program, not ours, not mine, and not any adults. I and your other Scout leaders, parents, and adults in your life will stand with you to make sure you're included just as you are. As Scouts, we are called to be brave. When you find yourself in moments where you or someone else is excluded, remember your strength, your power. Our future depends on our ability to truly see and cherish one another, and we build those muscles by practicing inclusion every day across our lives. Remember your power, and remember that Scouting is for you. We are not going back. Amen. Let's join now in a moment of stillness together.
Would you all please rise in body or in spirit and join me in singing our closing hymn, 1035 from the Teal Hymnal. Oh, freedom, oh, freedom, oh, freedom, freedom is coming. Oh, freedom, oh, freedom, oh, freedom, freedom is coming. Oh, freedom, oh, freedom, oh, freedom, freedom is coming. Oh, freedom, oh, freedom, oh, freedom, freedom is coming. Oh, yes, I know. Oh, yes, I know. Oh, yes, I know. Freedom is coming. Oh, yes, I know. Oh, yes, I know. Oh, yes, I know. Freedom is coming. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Freedom is coming. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Freedom is coming. Oh, yes, I know. Oh, yes, I know. Oh, yes, I know. Freedom is coming. Oh, yes, I know. Oh, yes, I know. Oh, yes, I know. Freedom is coming. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Freedom is coming. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Freedom is
While you remain standing, if you would reach out and join hands with your neighbor, or if you're someone that doesn't like to be touched, you may use the sign of, please, don't touch me, I don't want to be touched. Those of you online are also welcome to outstretch your hands and join us as Beth extinguishes our flame.
We release this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
And in the spirit of covenant, community, and commitment, and in the spirit of inclusive Scouting, may we be made ready to serve one another and create the world we so desperately dream of. Go in peace, pass a little squeeze. Happy Sunday. Grow in love.